Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a tag video. I have been saving tag videos for the month of December because I wanted to share them. These are fun and it's kind of like an insight to my personal likings and dislikes of things. So this is just one of a few tag videos that I do want to share with you guys. I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that I can do more tag videos. They just take a little bit longer because I have to pull things out and I have to really think about the, it's not an easy video, especially when it comes to eyeshadow palettes. If you have followed me for any length of time, you know that eyeshadows are just my jam. They're my thing. I don't care if I have 500 palettes. I just love them, and that's what makes me happy. So that's where I would love, I'd rather buy an eyeshadow palette that I could have versus a highlighter, a foundation, a blush. I can live with all that stuff of what I have, but an eyeshadow palette, I don't care if I have 500 of the same. It's just me. So before I get started, if you are new to my channel, welcome to the family. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you do like it, and let's get on with the questions. Now, I originally did this, the original palette tag. I can't remember when. It may have been a year or two ago. I'm embarrassed to even link it, but I'm pretty sure I have done this video. This was created by, I'll put her name up here because I forget it right now, but I know I wrote it down, and unfortunately I didn't write it on my piece of paper. But I did write it down originally, but I'll put her name up here. She did this tag video, and a lot of you had requested for me to do it when she created it, but I saved it for now because I knew I was going to use it at the perfect time. So I have all of my questions here. I typed them up, wrote them out. It has taken me about 3 weeks to get answers for this, you guys, because again, I have so many eyeshadow palettes that it's very, very hard, and if I can do this over and over again, my answers will constantly change. So let's get on with it. Now, I am going to base this tag on 2017 because if I base this tag on my whole entire life of buying makeup, it's going to be ridiculous. So I'm just going to base this tag on 2017. So the first question is my first eyeshadow palette. Now, this year I went back to my very first haul of the year, and of course, that haul had about like 7 different eyeshadow palettes I purchased. I'm not even kidding you. So I've only pulled out 3 of them, or 2 actually, because 1 was returned. The first one that I did buy was the Maybelline 24K palette. That was one that I reviewed in English and in Spanish. It was horrible. I returned that one, so that was one of them. Another one that I did purchase in the beginning of the year was the Violet Voss Ride or Die palette. Of course, I have it backwards. This Ride or Die palette, which you guys have forgotten about, and it is so good. Now that I look at it, you get a lot of eyeshadows, and like this section right here is all cool tone, and this section is all warm tone. So you get it all in one, which is nice, and it's very neutral as far as like no pops of colors too much. But I did like this one a ton. So that's the first one that I did, one of the ones I purchased. And another one that I purchased in the beginning of the year was this Lorac California Dreaming palette, which I am such a fan of. I know some people didn't like it, but I really did like this one a ton. This was limited edition. I did a tutorial. I did a full review on this eyeshadow palette. I even purchased the blush palette, and I love that one as well. So those are just 3 that I'm mentioning because I think I had like 7 or 8 in my very first haul of this year. And I had a ton of eyeshadow palettes. So my most recent purchase, you guys. Now this one I had left blank because I wanted to base it on the day that I actually film it. And then as of today, I have not received it because I was supposed to receive it yesterday and some delay happened. I got an email from UPS saying that it wasn't going to get delivered till today. And my delivery man doesn't come until another 3 hours, so I couldn't wait. But I did purchase the Narcissist new limited edition eyeshadow palette. I'll put a picture up here. If you follow me on any social media, you guys know this is the only thing I purchased during Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I behaved. I promised myself I was going to behave. This is the only eyeshadow palette I allowed myself to purchase. So it should be here today. I don't have it in hand because it was supposed to be here yesterday, basically. Next question is my one palette that I regret missing out on. It's still not officially out of the ball game, but I regret not getting the Viseart Grand Pro Palette Volume 1. The reason why I couldn't get it is because it is a lot of money. It's $175 for this palette. and I honestly was saving up for it. I think I only was shy like 50 bucks. I kept saving for it. And I forget what came up and I had to use the money for something else. So unfortunately I could not get it. I did put it on my Christmas wish list. Maybe somebody, 2 people will split the cost in half and get it. It is still available. I did ask them if they were going to re-release it or do something with it. As far as I know, it is still available. I am hoping I get one of them. I think they only made like 3,000 of them, but because it is so expensive, not many people have been getting them. But that is one that I'm hoping I get. It's not over yet, but I'm hoping to get. That is by far my favorite formula of life, and the reason why is because they do not have dimethicone in their actual eyeshadows, and because I have super oily skin and super oily eyelids, I don't have to use a primer with those eyeshadows, and it still works beautifully and stays put on my eyes. It does all the work. So that's the one palette I regret buying it at a discounted price, because I know it was at a discounted price and now it's full price. Next one is the palette that makes you happy to see. This one, you guys forgot about this one because I haven't. This is the Tarteist Pro palette by Tarte. This one is just one of my favorites. You'll definitely see this in my 2017 palettes of the year. Every time I pull this sucker out, it just amazes me. This is the quality of Tarte that I wish all their palettes would be. This is amazing, amazing quality. This whole entire area is all matte, and then you get those 4 shimmer shades on the side. I pulled this one out to do my sister's makeup over the summer, and she was so blown away by how great this palette looked on her eyes, how it lasted throughout the night. It was in the summer, so it was sweaty. She also has oily eyelids as I do, and this lasted, blends beautifully. The pigmentation is there. I love the mirror. I love that I have everything I need in here. I have my brow bone shades, I have the dark outer V shades, I have pops of colors if I want them, I have purples and oranges and light colors and browns. So this has everything in it. I really do like it. This formula is really, really good. I've only been able to come across a few eyeshadow palettes from Tarte that are really good, and this is one of them. I just keep this on my vanity because I do pull this out as a assistant palette. I did a video of that, and this is one of them. I just really enjoy it. You don't need a lot, so it doesn't look like I've used a lot, but you don't need a lot to build up on this. So this one, it just makes me happy. Every time I see it, it just makes me so happy. All right, the next question that I have is, what palette have I changed my mind about? And I'm going to say it is my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. When I originally got this, I was like, it's okay. You know, I have things in my collection. I wish it was more peachy, blah, 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 blah. This palette looks so good in the summertime for me. I pulled it out this summer to use it, and with a tan, this looks so beautiful on my eyes. Like, every color worked. Everything looked amazing. I have changed my mind on it for the better. I thought it was okay, and I'm like, yeah, it's another one, but specifically for the summer, I think I really, really love it. I bought this on its original release, and it was in the winter time, so I think that's why I was like, it's okay. But once I got a tan and I had that nice glowy skin and that bronziness, and I put this on my eyes, it was a whole different ball game. I really like it now. I now know that this is like a summer kind of palette for me. So I'm going to pull it out in the summertime more often. But yes, this is what I changed my mind on. I really do like it. I don't know if the new ones are any different. I have the original when they first released it as a limited edition kind of thing. So I like it. I really do enjoy it. Some people will, you know, disagree with me. But as far as me with a tan, it looks amazing. Alright, the next one is a palette that surprised me. I couldn't decide between one or the other, so I am going to share with you 2 of them. First and foremost is my Hooda Obsessions mini palettes. I have heard good and bad things about the Hooda eyeshadow palettes, the big ones, and it always scared me to purchase it because I'm like, am I going to waste my money? Am I not really going to like these? So I never purchased them, but these surprised me so much. I'm actually wearing the mauve one today, so that's what's on my eyes. I have a tutorial of that. If it's not up, I will link it down in the description box. If it is up, I will link it up here, but that's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. These are such great quality. They are powdery. You do get a lot of fallout, but the payoff is so good and the pigmentation is so good that you have to actually be careful with these because you can get a lot on your eyes. I love these. So these surprised me tremendously, which is making me want to now try the big palettes of her. The other one that I'm going to mention is my Narcissist Loaded palette. NARS was never known for their eyeshadows, and I never purchased any of their eyeshadows. And you know me, I love to purchase eyeshadow palettes, and I never purchased an eyeshadow palette from NARS because I never heard anything good about them. They were always either dry, they were not pigmented, they didn't blend right, they were constantly hit or misses. They were so expensive for what you were getting. And then they released this one this year, and that's why I purchased the new one, which should be coming today. This one blew me away. They did a whole 360 on their formula of their eyeshadows, that this is so good. This is the palette that I used for my anniversary dinner the whole entire summer. My assistant palettes, you guys can see I beat the crap out of this eyeshadow palette. The colors, not one of them in here can I say was a dud. Not one of them in here I can say I didn't like. Not one of them in here I can say I did not use. I even used that black one for just the smudging on my eyes. This is such a beautiful palette. I really do love it, and I'm crossing my fingers that the new one that comes today is just as good, because if NARS can continue this type of formula, they have me at release. New release. What? I don't care. I'm buying it. What? Yep. I'm doing it. We have a palette that inspires you the most. I had to pick this one, you guys. And I'm not like everyone else, and I understand that. I have always said it. I am not a neutral girl. I love color. I just liked color in life. It just makes me happy. It just makes the world cheery. For me, it's just neutrals are boring, and I get it because sometimes I do use neutrals, but a lot of the times I am a bright type of girl. And this eyeshadow palette is everything. I get my neutrals, but I also get those bam type of colors, and I'm not afraid to use them. I love them. When I am 90 years old, I will look back and say, I do not regret ever not trying out that blue or that green, because I rocked the crap out of it. I love these types. And this eyeshadow palette, it has taken me so much to not just use this eyeshadow palette this holiday season, because I'm reviewing things for you guys. I'm trying new products. I'm trying to, you know, be versatile, because if not, you guys would be so sick and tired of seeing this on my eyes, seeing it in every video, because I love it so much. You get the glitters, you get the mattes, you get the shimmers, you get the metallics and the colors. I don't care if they're not cohesive. That's the best part of it for me. The best part. And every time I look at it, it just inspires me. And it makes me want to pull out her last year one as well, because her last year one was the same way. You get those shimmers, and then you get all those mattes, and you just get, I don't know, it's just beautiful. I can care less about the packaging. You guys, I've always said it, I don't fall for packaging. Like 2% of the time I fall for packaging. I don't care about the packaging. I care about the actual product. The packaging, yeah, all right. I've never really sat here and said, oh, I love the packaging, or this is so unique. No. Just recently I realized that it said Saint and Sinner right on the wall. Like this, I didn't even realize it said Saint and Sinner right on the doors, because I don't pay attention to the packaging. I pay attention to the product. That's how embarrassed I am about this. I didn't even realize it said that, but I love this one. It inspires me. It's sitting on my vanity because I just want to keep pulling it out. It's just so beautiful. Any chance that I get to have something colorful on my eyes, I'm pulling this sucker out. Alright, palette that is on my wish list. I have a ton, but the two that really stick out that I know I'm going to purchase is Kat Von D's coming out with a Metal Matte Part 2. I just mentioned to you guys that the first one from last holiday season is one of my favorites. That this 2018 she's coming out with the Part 2. And I'm crossing my fingers it is something different and unique, because she did come out with the mini, but I have all those colors either in singles or in the one last year, so I didn't purchase that one. So I'm hoping it's something completely new, like this one was completely new. I want something different, so I'm crossing my fingers that that one's good. The other ones that I do want, that I know I'm gonna love, is Dose of Colors is coming out or has come out, I'm not sure yet, with 2 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. My mother purchased a mauve one for herself and she let me test it out, and it is such great quality. I am very impressed with Dose of Colors eyeshadow palettes. I love their liquid lipstick, so I don't know why I wouldn't be surprised about their eyeshadow palettes. But they're coming out with 2 that are called Sassy Siennas, which is right up my alley, and Blushing Berry. So I do want to get those 2 as well. They'll be at Ulta, which I absolutely love that Ulta is carrying them. So those are the 3 technically eyeshadow palettes that are on my wish list that I'm going to mention, because we would sit here for an hour if I told you all of them. The last and final question is my no-fail eyeshadow palette. I think I have beaten the crap out of this eyeshadow palette in every type of video that I can recommend it, I do. My no-fail is the Lorac Pro, you guys. Like, seriously, this is by far my no-fail. If I want something vibrant, I go for this one. If I want something neutral, I go for this one. If I want something no proof, I know it's going to work, I know it's going to be great, this is the eyeshadow palette I go. If I'm going to travel anywhere, and you guys know I don't do a lot of traveling with these 3 kids, this is the palette I would take. Like, I get those lighter shades, I get the darker shades, I get all these types of mattes that I can work with. It's just a great palette. The quality is there. I really do enjoy it. I can foil these with some Fix Plus and it looks vibrant on the eyes, or I can soften them up. This is a work appropriate palette. It's an everyday palette. It's a going out palette. You name it, you can use this palette. It is so, so good. I love it. This is definitely my no-fail palette. It always sits up here. Whenever I need to pull something out that another palette doesn't have, this is the one that I pull out. And surprisingly, I have not hit and pan on anything, even though I see a bunch of dips in quite a few of these shades. But I just love it. I really do love it. And not to mention that this was a gift from my sister. My youngest sister purchased this one for me. I was debating between this one and another eyeshadow palette, and she's like, no, go with this one. And it was brand new. No one here on YouTube had spoken about it at the time, and she got it for me, and I love it. I really, really do love it. So that is it, guys. That is my another palette tag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will list all the questions down in the description box, as well as my answers. If you are interested in doing this in the comment section, please let me know. I'd love to hear your answers. You guys are probably going to make me buy more eyeshadow palettes by reading your comments, but that's okay with me, because you guys know I am such a sucker for an eyeshadow palette. Thank you again for watching. I will catch you guys in my next video. And don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear. Bye, guys.